Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the semifinals of the BowlWinkles Pro Shop Open. We are here with our sponsor, Mr. Rich Reynolds, in the round of 4. And unfortunately, we did remind him that there hasn't been a very many times, if at all, in NEBA history that the tournament sponsor has won his own tournament. He thanked me for putting the pressure on him.
Yeah, he definitely
for that.
Thank you for that
that fact. So we'll be rooting for Rich just because we gave him the announcer's curse before the match even started. Bruce Hall here with you at East Hartford, Connecticut at Hall of Fame Silver Lanes with Mr. Kyle Rasmussen. Hey, Kyle.
How you doing, Bruce?
And back with us, El Jefe, Ball Driller to the Stars, BuddiesProShop.com, Chris Forey. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Bruce. Good evening, everybody.
And welcome back. This is NEBA number 990, 990. Number 1000 is set on the schedule for August at Callahan's Bowlerama. But before that, Chris, you've been working hard on the Hall of Fame dinner coming up April 1st. Hey,
yes.
Mr. Gaskell, how are you doing, buddy? Hall of Fame dinner April 1st. I know you're working on a booklet. I know you've been doing a lot with that. And then the Cambridge Credit Classic Invitational is the next day, April 2nd, at Bowlerama. So tell us about the Hall of Fame dinner real quick, Chris.
Well, tickets are still available. Yep, tickets are still available. So you just go to BuddiesProShop.com. Just go into the search bar, type in NEBA. Tickets will pop up. I think we're taking ticket sales until probably like next weekend. So I know everybody's a last-minute person in this world, but yeah, we ask you please get the ticket sales in so we can just give a final count to the host. And yeah, I think it's always great, the Hall of Fame. I mean, obviously I was spearheaded that whole initial thing, and
you sure
it's
did.
Near and dear to my heart. And
what a job you did as president on the first Hall of Fame dinner, which was, we inducted 54 Hall of Famers, you know, because we had to catch up from everybody. So great start by Rich. He's bowling, by the way, the hot hand of Tyler Levesque, and Tyler has a wonderfully soft hand going around this pattern, and he's hitting it hard. And our other pair is Jeremy Hartbarger against Joey Transu. So no slackers here, and all of our picks still in the leather here with a chance to win. I went with Tyler Levesque. Kyle, you went with our sponsor, Rich Reynolds, and Jeremy Hartbarger with you, Mr. Forey. So
I took the two guys.
Oh, no, you didn't. You pick one. You got to. That's true, you did, but it's cheating. It's not fair.
No, I don't.
But
think
still, they're both in. I guess if you get them both on the perfecta, I guess you get something on that. So there you go. So anyway, so thanks for that update on the Hall of Fame, everybody. Please go get your tickets. I visited the hall yesterday. It's a beautiful venue.
Place looks great when I drive by it every time.
It's amazing. It's a big room in the back. I mean, really cavernous. We've got 100 spots available to us. That was our estimate. We can go high. You could put twice that many in that room.
I was going to guess 250 based on what Amy was saying.
Yeah, it's a big room, and let's get your tickets, everybody. It's going to be a great time. And by the way, we're catching up on 2020 and 2021 winners and year-end awards, and 2022 winners and year-end awards. So there's going to be a lot of awards. We're going to have the tables going to be filled with trophies and all kinds of other things. We've got everything's in stock, and everybody, if you can please show up, that'd be great. We will be live streaming it, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to get the cable there, so we may have to just put it up on YouTube afterwards. I think we have a scoring correction here, right, Kyle?
Looks like we have Deadwood.
Oh, Deadwood. Okay, never mind. Tyler got up and doubled, and so Forey is all over the Deadwood correction.
He's a jack of all trades, Bruce.
Yes, he is. He does it all, my friend. You know that.
And it looks like we have a issue here on 33 and 4. I don't think they actually started the match. The pair didn't start correctly. I believe Hartberger left a 9-pin. They're just waiting for that to reset.
So they've got a correction up there, so he's got to get that 9-pin respotted,
Yes.
you're saying. Okay.
Yes, it looks like the machine wasn't ready.
Yep. Got the BuddiesProShop.com Open coming up April 22nd and 23rd. That will be at Nutmeg. And big shout out to Island Bowling Supply, Joe Farley and Peter Hakam. They are providing us 2 balls to give away, and that will be in the next match. And we will start talking about it heavily. We need everybody to, nice shot there by Rich. We need everybody to like and share the feed. This will be the next match coming up, and then you will automatically be entered in a drawing for one of those 2 free balls from Island Bowling Supply. So an exciting new giveaway this year for the live stream, which is great. And again, I want to thank Mr. Chris Viali for pulling together all of our sponsors. And of course, they include Tony and Susie Renaud, who help us with the Masters event, Ace Mitchell Bowling Supply, Vinny Grizan, Better Bowling Concepts, Bill Daly, and SPI, Storm Products International, which is Storm, Rotogrip, and 900 Global. They will have somebody on site for the 1000th tournament. It will not be Leanne Hulsenberg, but it might be somebody just as important. We're looking forward to that. Mr. Chris Forey, BuddiesProShop.com, with their 5 million square foot warehouse down in the Fitchburg, in the Fairfield area, Pittsburgh. Fairfield area. Just want to see if you're paying attention.
The other F-town.
A new town.
Chris Viali. No, it's not new. There's a Fitchburg, Mass. Chris Viali and Amy Viali down in Aruba right now, but they sponsor the Cambridge Credit Counseling Invitational. And by the way, if you haven't heard about the Megabucks tournament coming over Thanksgiving, that tournament is gaining some serious momentum. There's some major sponsor money coming in for that tournament, kind of like NEBA. Kind of the same job Chris has done for NEBA, he's done for this tournament. So there's a nasty chop by Rich Reynolds. No luck there.
So check your mailbox for the letter on that one.
Yeah, there's a letter that went out on the Megabucks tournament, so good for him. Logo Infusion, Kenny Keegan, Strike FX Pro Shops, John Van Hees, Alex Aguiar, Stephen Major, everybody down at the various 7, I think, locations now for Strike FX. Chris Sand at Turbo Grips, TechVision, yours truly. We sponsor the TechVision Open and the 1000th tournament and the youth tournament coming up in October. Jeff Barden sponsoring for both Yankee Lanes and Keene, and we'll be going back to Manchester this year. Looking forward to that. Rich Reynolds, BowlWinkles Pro Shop. We're watching him, and there's Tyler Levesque leaving a 2-8-10, returning the favor on the Open. And again, our sponsor win the tournament today. Al Casper at Savage Arms, Callahan's Bowlerama. Lisa Callahan, that's where the Cambridge will be on April 2nd. John Zwalik, DJ's Pro Shop up at Auburn. And finally, the Transu Hartbarger match gets underway. Al Casper up at Savage Arms. Many Styles of Bowling, LaRue Marlowe. I'm wearing my Many Styles of Bowling shirt right now, very comfortable. Saw Roger Burrell around from Bloomfield Electric this weekend. GMS Concrete, Clay Schwartz. Dexter, Paul Sylvia, KR Strikeforce, Tony Mendiola. Greg Flamand started his new sports handicapping organization called Grog Monster Sports. I think he's doing well with that. And Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and of course, Island Bowling Supply, the sponsor of our giveaway for the next round. So thanks so much to our 2023 sponsors. And let's get back on track with the matches here. And Tyler getting 2 out, exactly matches Rich Reynolds, and now they each have 55 in the third.
So real quick, just so everybody knows, our 2-ball giveaway, Island Bowling Supply title match. Make sure you tune into the title match, and then we'll give you details of how you could possibly win one of the 2 balls.
Well, you like and share, right?
You like and share.
Yep. And then we'll look at it afterwards. We already covered it before you. While you were doing Deadwood or something, I think we were talking about it. So
I just want to make sure I got your back.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. And saying it twice is better than not saying it at all. So
I think he's just reiterating how easy it is.
Thank you very much. It's very easy.
It is very
stunningly easy.
It's very easy. I might even enter.
You're already entered. You're the house.
I'm not drawing.
You're the house. You have to do the draw. I think we'll get Kyle to do the draw. Actually,
I'm so glad I'm responsible for that one.
He'll have to go back.
I think we get Gaskill to do it.
Maybe Gas. Yeah, Gas is.
4. Who would ever think he would get 4?
4 through the middle, and that is Jeremy on only his second shot, a tragic shot. And Joey Transu with a strike in the second takes immediate 15-pin lead at least. Or more.
And I think that 4 count's going to go up on Facebook under the 4 Count Club by Tyler Hearn.
There it is. There it comes. Yes, he's got it. And he's taking the picture.
I'm going to just say spare not made already.
I saw this made. Who made it? Ryan Schaefer made it.
Yes.
Ricky Belmonte made it at the Masters, too.
Did he? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And here he goes, and he gets it out.
That's
I
2.
don't think so. Yeah,
3, 4.
Give him 4.
44.
So 44.
Bruce, what did we see earlier? What did Halota leave? The 3, 6, 7, 10 as a lefty?
Yeah, it was the strangest thing. He left it was the 3, 6, 7. but it had the 10-pin with it. Have you ever seen that?
For a left-hander.
For the left-hander. That's the weirdest thing. Normally the head pin wraps around the 6 and takes the 10.
Ball was bailing down, like was going very straight
something
down.
happened.
It wasn't the Clear Wolf either.
No. Yeah. And then he switched to the Clear Wolf. Dick Allen made the 4-count left-handed. There, thank you, Stephen Engel, for that.
Actually, he did. A lot of people asked if you're allowed to do that, shoot it with a different hand. And
at NEBA you can, because we're a scratch organization.
In the PBA you can.
And you can in the PBA, yes.
Yeah, they don't care. But in a league, no.
Jeremy not looking good here. He's wheeled.
He's holding his shoulder. Do you think he's in some pain?
He hasn't said anything.
It's just mental anguish.
He might be wanting to strangle himself right now, so getting his hands up there.
Getting ready, assuming the position.
Closer to his throat.
That's
going very straight.
Yeah, that's gone. You know, I think his speed picked up a little bit.
What was weird is I thought he was throwing an IQ Tour originally, but that
it's a Revenant, I believe.
That looked like it's a Revenant, and that ball really pushed to the front. Again, if you get it right of 7, we talked about this on the last match, there's definitely a drop-off right of like 7, 8. And you don't know what's going to happen. So you get faked out a little bit. So really 12, 13. Is really, keeping it a little bit inside the track a little bit. I mean, we just said Joe.
Makes the 2-10. What a fantastic shot by Rich. Straight at it with the spare ball. And that was huge because this match is so close.
Yeah, it looks like you were right from the previous match, Chris. Transu, he is throwing an MV Tour.
Yeah, MV Tour way in. And again, he's going to get it into the track behind the pattern a little bit.
Oh, look at the trip 9 for Transu for the double, capitalizing on the back-to-back opens by Jeremy Hartbarger. So Transu in command of this match after only 3 frames.
I mean, in Joey's case, and the same with Tyler, they're throwing it behind the pattern, so they're more missing the OB by getting it behind that spot. But if you're to the right and you get it right early, it's just a straight drop off. Your ball goes forward. It just doesn't do anything. If you look at the pattern, I mean, you would, again, this is where we get faked out by looking at the pattern. You look to the right, right or left was pretty flat. Didn't look like there was a lot of volume there. But
there was volume. There was enough. I look for 300 mics or more. Yeah. That's enough, so it's not going to react off of it. You're not going to be able to bounce off it.
Yeah, but
you go up it might get it. And if you get enough surface, that's why everybody's tempted to go surface. Great shot there by Joey.
And the thing is, if you move way right, you tried to play there, then your ball sparked at your toe.
Right, because it just hooked early off the pattern. But there's no defined
bounce
spot to bounce area out there. Exactly.
Yep.
So the guys that look like they had the most success are
the
guys that was like Tyler's doing right now.
Slow hooking it into the track.
And he's moving left already, and now that's
as soon as I say
a Greek church. And that's only one. That's the announcer's curse. Hey, you're fitting right in here, my friend.
They said Dennis, Mississippi earlier said, "I blame you for the Greek church."
Yeah.
Jeremy went on IQ Tour, and his ball checked off both times.
Immediate check. So Jeremy, that's another zone left he needs to make. Once again, holding his shoulder. I got to wonder if there's something going on.
It's getting closer, though. You notice it went from the shoulder to the corner. Now it's up toward the collarbone.
If he gets to his carotid artery, we have to start worrying. he may grab his
well, usually it starts with the thumb.
Yeah.
He went right for the shoulder.
He's just going right up there.
He's going right for the shoulder.
Yeah.
He's up to the collarbone. He's getting a little closer to the jugular.
And you didn't think there was body language. There's no tells in bowling.
And
you're not going to make that, Jeremy.
Jeremy better figure out how to start striking.
Well, I mean, let's give him the sheet. It's only 220.
Yeah.
And Joey's already 20 over after 4 frames.
Looks like Rich has stepped left a little bit to get away from that. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
He moved way
but
left.
Guess what? Still hooks.
Well, the problem is he was so close to that. He was into the track too much that if he got it right, the ball didn't hook. So now he moved like 10 left. I mean, that ball was like 17 off his hand.
You know, I wonder if he's going to go back to a slower speed because he seems to have sped up for some reason. Or is that just me?
Appears like he's trying to guide it down there a little bit more than what we saw like 2 games ago.
Yeah, he just needs to let it. And there's a ball change by Jeremy. That's to a Zen, I think.
See, I told you, the hand's getting closer. It's getting over. It's getting to the zipper now.
And he's got a nice sharp thumbnail he can use to kind of slice into his neck if he's ready. So see what happens.
Rich on the spare, that could be one.
He'd get blood all over his buddy's pro shop shirt. You don't want to do that.
Now we just get a new one.
Yeah, there's more of
those.
True. There's more of those where we came from.
Those are a dime a dozen. What are you talking about? I do like the star pattern on the back of those. It's pretty dramatic.
We're just hoping Jeremy gets a mark here.
Yeah, I was going to say this will be his first mark at 4 frames. And
he's begging.
Runs it out and gets it. Puts the pressure back on Transu. Joey sympathetic, but punching his ticket basically into the finals.
Joey is just dead against the ball return right now when he gets up.
Yeah. Now Reynolds with a 12-pin lead right now. Gets it
now
in,
see, he tossed out to the right of the track.
Now that one, but he still slowed it down too a little bit, but it still didn't just make the corner.
Was that the ball change? I think he changed on that one. I think he might go into the IQ or camo or something. It looked like he
expected it to recover. It looked slower. It looked like he was playing more the shape that we were expecting.
Maybe a phase 2.
That's IQ Tour.
It is. Yep. I see the right. I see it. Oh, and as we just say,
through the beak, 4, 6, 7.
I think 34 may be hooking.
Yeah.
Bouncing off the track.
Well, once again, guys, we're going to move over to 35 and 6. That's been out of play the last 2 rounds. It did have 2 rounds of 4 bowlers on it, so I think there will be some play.
A little transition
on 35 and 6, but it should be tighter than where we are now. These lanes are hooking. It's 1 out, so I'll actually figure this out. It's still a 43-pin lead for Joey Transu. Once again, everybody, join us for the next match, the final match. If you like and share, you'll be in for 1 of 2 balls from Island Bowling Supply. Thanks so much to Joe Farley and my friend Peter Hakem for supplying 2 balls per match. A Long Island company supplying NEBA with 2 balls for its live stream. Fantastic sponsor. Thanks so much, guys.
And who are the winners of the balls again?
That is a really good question. It is the raffle winner was Preston Oaks, and first off the cut was Chad LePage. Good comeback by Joey there. Packs it. Well, Chris, I kind of half expected you to have some jet fuel going out to watch the TOC TV shows. Couldn't make it, huh?
Yeah, the plane was grounded. I like the format. We said this before. I do like the 17 people or having more people on TV. The problem is, though, it's really hard to schedule your plan because
you don't know who's
usually they're done Friday. You have Saturday, then Sunday, and obviously usually Sunday I'm either bowling NEBA or not doing anything.
Right.
When you booked with appointments, I did look at flights. I had a lot of appointments booked for Friday. I looked. It wasn't easy. And now the bad thing about the PBA website, it did say the show was going to be 10 o'clock.
PM.
So I started looking for tickets. I had a ticket that would get me there for 7:30, and it's into Cleveland, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away. Only to find out, Packy texts me about 6:30 and goes, I threw 3 Gary shots to finish the game. I went double messenger by the 7. I sent him a text back. I go, you bowled a match already?
Pre-recorded.
And he goes, oh, it's a tape show. I'm like, how come nobody told me this?
It is?
It was
the very first one was.
I thought they were all live.
The very first one was taped.
I did not know that.
So I would have flew there.
I thought they were.
I would have got in the building. The building was
2
over.
of your guys.
No, the whole show would have been over.
Well, I was saying 2 of your guys were out too.
Yeah. So I was not very happy about that. So I will talk to Mr. Clark about this when I see.
Interesting. I did not know that. I was under the impression they were all live.
If you bought tickets, it showed 6 to 8. But as I told Packy, I didn't need to go buy tickets, and he's like, "Yes,
so
you don't
6
need to buy
to 8, and then they aired it at 10.
Only that show.
Only that
all the
one
shows
show.
yesterday were live.
Yeah, the one on Saturday was at 7:30 and 10:30.
Those 2 were live. 7:30, 9:30.
7:30, 9:30.
That's a USA.
And
Hustle
he
USA.
ripped that ball. Ripped that rack. Great shot by Rich. That's a ball up, right, from the IQ.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a ball up, but it's a higher RG. So I'm not sure about that.
Here's Jeremy.
What do I know, though?
Jeremy just made a beautiful shot with a weak 10. Comes back and packs it. Now, again, this is a 40-pin match. Stranger things have happened, guys.
My only concern about this particular ball, now, I could be wrong. Rich knows his equipment, and so he had Paul Smith come over and grab it, is that it's a higher RG ball, lower diff, and the cover is not overly strong. I could be wrong unless he's going to try and keep it up the middle and just play the runway like that.
USA, that's left, way left.
So the problem is when you have high RG, it's going to clear the front of the lane more.
Yep.
So now if you try throwing it to the right, it's never going to hook.
Well,
I feel like he needs to go.
Still a double, and still giving him 22-pin lead now.
Yeah, I don't know his bag, but I would say if he went to a bigger ball and got in, and we'll say like a gem or a proton physics supernova,
yep,
where he could step into the middle of the lane and play that puddle.
Here on 34.
I was going to say, remember that 40-pin lead? That's down to 30 now, unless Joey can pull off this spare. Tyler Levesque must punch to get 198, and with Rich pacing at 200, flushes that one.
Well, again, I don't feel like Rich's ball choice is is great. So if he can strike out, he's going to make that very interesting.
Yeah. And Rich being on a double will lose count if he doesn't strike.
Yep.
He's only got a 2
in the 190s if he
count, right? And
that's only 2.
No, that's only 2.
We're down to 19, so we're a 10-pin match.
10-pin match.
Sorry, 20-pin match.
No, guys. It's still 99. Still 30 pins. Still 30.
Yep.
Still 30. But Jeremy could go up and double and make it 10.
Yep.
Yeah, we were giving him the double.
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We've seen Jeremy's shot making in the first 6 frames. We're giving him a double. That's big.
Now, strangely enough, when he threw the strike, he actually grabbed his throat.
Now
I don't know if you noticed that.
Now this makes Rich mark now in the 10th and 31 and 2.
What's the wrestler used to go like this with his thumb, like stab the guy in the throat? And the Adam's apple had like tape on his thumb. He went. That's Jeremy right now.
Hey, my mother actually, when she was shampooing her hair, blinded herself in both eyes over the course of a 10-year span. So don't underestimate the power of the thumb.
Oh!
9-pin there.
That's really going to help Jeremy out if he can throw a double.
Now imagine if Jeremy can double here and get it within 10. What a turnaround.
Let's talk about Tyler though. Huge shot. This makes Rich throw the first one. That's out the window.
That's out
the window. Washout. Big trouble.
That's that area on the lane that you were talking about.
Well, you get on the other side.
Yep.
We saw it at the tournament champions. We saw the guys get on the other side. It was not good.
Now, if Rich throws a big hole, he could have trouble. But basically, he just needs, I think, 8 or something.
Okay.
So that's 180. So we'll just say 6 is. We'll say 6 is 156.
So 183. So
he needs a mark.
He needs a mark.
70, and not even. I think 9 out would do it.
Yeah, I mean, good count, but yeah.
59, 60, 70.
Hartberger's going to go first, though.
No, we're talking about over here.
We're talking about the left match. Yeah.
But now Hartberger needs a double.
Yeah, 9 out would do it for Rich. Hartberger's got to have this
pretty
one.
Good.
Go. He gets it.
Very good.
Down to a 20-pin match, guys. Here we go. Could this be?
And that's one thing I will say. If you were curving it, you felt like you had like 4 or 5 frames in a row that you were pretty good, and then it just could jackknife. And obviously his rev rate's going to peel it off the lane a little bit.
That looks pretty good.
Off. And that, as they say, is that. Rich Reynolds, sponsor of
going
his
for
own
back-to-back
event,
wins.
Going for back-to-back wins. That's right, Chris. He won the doubles last month, and now he's the sponsor trying to win his own singles tournament.
Keep that money in his own pocket.
In the final. Good for him.
Looks pretty good.
Great shot, Jeremy.
Hartberger.
I think Jeremy went back to the phase 2 after he bailed on it after the 4 count. After the 4 count, he bailed on the phase 2 instead of just moving left. And now you hear the word stupid.
You guys were great. You guys were like, well, after watching his first 6 shots, we're sure he's going to double here. And he does.
That's pretty good there.
It's that professional commentary right there.
There it is. That's right.
That's why you pay me the big bucks to sit in here for the last couple of rounds.
Prognostication right there.
This shot is huge.
Big shot
very
here
big
for Joey. So Joey's
now Joey's pacing 179, 169 technically.
40, 70.
Yeah,
that's
89.
True.
89. Sorry.
89. So, and
Jeremy got 190.
Jeremy's only 179 pacing, but
that's
big shot there.
Hall of Fame stuff right there.
Joey. Now Joey has ball in hand. He can put this match away. If he can double, Jeremy's max is it 199? Yes.
Yes. And Joey's got 209.
Joey's got 209 left.
There's the other direction. That was like 2 boards left of the other one, if that.
And there you go. Congratulations to Rich Reynolds.
That's what I'm saying. That's the area you should get hold.
And great run by Tyler Levesque. Excellent play there.
Yeah, good bowling, Tyler.
And now here's Joey Tranzu. Double to shut out. after a topsy-turvy match.
Stone 9 last time. Other than that, he's been flush on this. He's been perfect on this lane.
Wow.
Struck
That's right. His splits have been on the right lane.
Yeah, the right lane definitely curved more, which is where Jeremy got to go. That's a handful.
Pretty good looking shot.
Oh, slappy on Mr. 10.
Nudges the 10 out. And now that means Jeremy absolutely will need 2 at least. And another strike, and it's match over. What a topsy, what a match. Going back and forth. Thank everybody for coming out today. 211 entries here at Silver Lanes. 48 qualifiers.
Biggest shot of the day right here.
This is the shot. Joey Transu needs it to punch his ticket to the finals to bowl Rich Reynolds.
That's online.
Pretty good looking shot. Dead flush.
Can't throw better than that.
No doubt about that one. Oh my God. Hall of Fame stuff.
Let the crowd know about it.
That's why you're there.
Unbelievable. No doubt about it.
So if there's one thing I know about him is he's not going to miss it.
So our last 2 tournament winners are going against each other.
Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Joey's part of the trios?
He was part of the trios with his son Jameson and Tyler.
Jameson just missed, I think. He was lefty, right? He only missed by 10 or something like that, the at-large.
I think, and after Joey won, I think the greatest comment we could talk about this real quick as he's finishing up. He's like, he's just always trying to prove how that he's good, you know? And
he does proven that.
He says that's enough. What a match by these guys. Congratulations to Jeremy Hartbarger coming back from a seemingly impossible task to get it within 10.
He did.
And he made Joey show up in the 9th and 10th, and he does.
That's pretty good. And you know,
of course.
Well, you know what's bad is he got the 4 count. Then he got up and he airmailed it to the right. So then he's changing balls. So I think he went through like 2 or 3 ball changes. And he went back to the same ball. He just needed to get left further.
Yeah, he went from he went to the IQ Tour.
He went to IQ Tour to Reality. Zen, yeah, exactly. Zen.
And then he went right back to the Phase 2, and he hasn't missed since.
Yeah, he just had to creep in more. And sometimes you fake yourself out. You know, you think you can outthink it. You know.
It's good again.
Think about that. Like once he crept left, he probably went up about 7 boards. I mean, he's in much further than he was before. Now he's and
that's the back 5 right there is what that is.
That's gonna 60 pin deficit to 10 if he strikes here.
Yeah. Oh, it is 10. Basically, it is 10. Call it 10. So he closed the gap on a match that was really after the 3rd frame seemingly out of reach. Great finish by Jeremy Hartbarger. Great tournament. All right, guys, we're going to sign off. We'll be right back. Get ready to like and share to get your share to be in the drawing for the 2 free balls. We'll be right back, folks.